Hey everybody, okay, clearing. This is going to be a full moon eclipse reading. So I'm coming to you with the energy of this eclipse, and we're going to do a reading here with the feminine and masculine and see what this eclipse is all about. So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. What can we see for the collective that joins me here regarding their journeys in true love and alignment with their perfect match, their aligned one? How are the masculine and feminine relating at this time during this eclipse? Feminine on the left, connection space, masculine on the right. Okay, this is so interesting. For the last number of months, I've been reading the energy of from April 8th, the previous eclipse, to this one and the one in November, that this is going to be a rite of passage for the masculines to be tapping into this high priest channeling divine intel into the earth plane. And the masculines are showing up here with this balanced masculine and feminine energy and acknowledging this divine download, divine intel. The feminines have the star in the inverse here. It's like stardom, star path of destiny, star lineage, star seed awakening, I'm hearing. So feminines, you're having a heart opening about your splendor, preciousness, uniqueness as a cosmic being, spiritually vital, spiritually aware, unique compared to the ways that possibly we're taught that we are meant to perceive the world. There is a very extra worldly, outer worldly, other worldly frequency to the realization that both are having. Yeah, the masculine polarity is a very succinct, knowing, analytical, and the feminine polarity is a very heartfelt, intuitive vibration. We have both wishing to end temptation. The Nine of Cups in this depiction is temptation. There's alcohol being poured. In the inverse like this, it's cutting that out, wishing to eliminate anything toxic, anything that cheapens the connection, anything that pulls the feminine off course or goes against righteousness. And there is this victory card here in the neutral. It crossed this. This is a leadership energy. It's setting an example for community. It's an embodiment energy. It's a all-in energy. This knight is riding in from the battlefield to gift this crown to their match, to their partner. And so all of the lower vibrational energies are being eclipsed out in these connections. In the near future, we have this King of Cups. So this is a lot of emotional composure. There's something right now that is sharpening the ability to commune in a sovereign way with higher power and cosmic energy. And to be able to anchor that into the earth plane and each in our own right overcome the lower vibrational counterfeit energies, temptations, and to balance out with clear conscience, righteous, emotional alignment. Okay, what can we see for clarifiers here? What is the intel the masculines are getting? Something fell onto the feminine. King of Swords. All right, so the masculines see you holding your own energy here. They're aware of something you're doing right now, that you're in your bubble, protected. I was painting today. Don't mind all the paint in my fingernails. All of these wands here in the Seven of Wands are other people's opinions and advances, and this feminine is just in this protection bubble, minding their own peace. And masculines are somehow aware of you in this zone where you are connected to the cosmos and you're not tempted by other suitors, other energies. They're really seeing you looking the other way with anything that vibrates at a lower frequency than what you know you're worth, feminines. And the divine is pointing this out to your masculine, because your masculine has likely had insecurity or self-worth issues, and they are getting, with no uncertain terms, trustworthy, love-filled awareness that you are who you say you are and what you're about. What can we see for the feminines with the star touching down on the ground here? Pardon me. Wow, okay, so perseverance, staying the course. I'm getting that there has been a commitment to embodiment, and I'm also getting more physical vitality. It's like an added battery pack coming in from the cosmic, like you're running on a new fuel system. I just heard breatharian, but I'm also hearing the proper alignment and motivation allows for your circuitry to be running at optimum. So you might find you have more physical endurance, you have more physical stamina, strength, you have more physical fitness, health, ease in your body. You're cracking the code on nutrition. There's something about the feminine. I just heard anti-aging, fertility, anything that you have been hacking life expectancy. Wow, so much. So feminines, you're really bringing in the proper alignment to your physical vessel here. So for some, that can be cutting out alcohol, substances, any kind of unhealthy consumption, too much eating, not enough eating. I'm hearing vitamin supplements, the correct vitamin supplements, exercise routine, adding in something more active, everyday activities. There's something about combining your cosmic wisdom and your everyday activities that's finding a very solid flow in your life, feminines. Very attractive energy. Let's see what the Nine of Cups is. What is being overcome by the masculines? What is deepening? What is the more righteous desire here? Masculines are able to withhold the temptation to come forward in cheap energy or prematurely because they are looking at divine timing here. They're being told on Most High to wait for the green light from divine synchronicity, divine alignment. They're no longer tempted to think they have to effort or that they won't know when it's appropriate. They have peace in their hearts until it's the appropriate time. They're waiting. What can we see for the feminines? What is the temptation the feminines are putting down? The King of Cups. This masculine is playing a bowl with vibration. So you may be feeling your masculine sending out this vibrational signal, feminines, and instead of acting on that and being compelled to effort on behalf of the two of you, I'm seeing your masculine begin to sound the call, the resonance, amping up the the frequency as they come into alignment with this divine timing. This is a very magnetic emerging, and remember, the masculines are set here to come forward in this energy. King of Cups, though, this king is sitting here front row and center looking at the connections. This king is starting the engine, starting the process, activating. So feminines, the temptation is to come in as soon as you feel your masculine sending out this frequency, but wait for your masculine's lead. Wait for it to be them stepping up, stepping in, claiming you, choosing you, arriving, going all in. Okay, so let's do a spine of fire and see what we get. So thank you, Divine Creator. What can we see for the masculines and the feminines here as they relate to the chakra levels? What are the thought forms floating in the connection at this time on each of the chakra levels? Being that it's the eclipse, I'm also going to pull on the sensual energies through the Erotic Tarot. What can we see, Divine Creator? Each of the chakra levels and the feminines on the left. Lots of shuffling. I'm gonna do 2 decks for the feminines, 2 decks for the masculines. I saw 8-8. So something about the 8-8 portal until now. Feminines, pay attention to that window of time. It's of importance in this eclipse. So something that was initiated or has been of importance from the 8-8 portal till now may likely be closing out through this eclipse procession. And emotions for the masculines. So I was guided to use the emotion deck for the masculines. All right, let's get into it. Crown chakra. Portals, possibilities, and options. Dimensional planes of perception number 2. What I'm getting for this is that it's tandem. Both are looking at off the beaten track, outside the box thinking regarding what is possible in these connections and what might happen next. 6 of Candles. Oh, where is my guidebook? There it is. 6 of Candles in the inverse for the crown chakra. It says, not everyone wants a show or to be shown off. Are you also hiding insecurity? Constant admiration can be a test of your character. Okay, so this is the 6 of Wands that we just got in the first spread. The one where the masculine is coming back from battle with the crown for the perfect match. So this does talk a little bit about insecurities, but also the refining that happens when we're thinking about somebody constantly. It's still productive though, because it is opening up portals, possibilities, and options. It's clearing insecurity right now. Divine download, divine intel. The masculines are channeling, and this is the crown chakra. So these cards are indicating that there is divinely guided Intel coming in right now for both. Feminines, you're receiving cosmic intel. Masculines, you're receiving divine direction. And there is a waiting. It's not fully in public awareness yet. What is the thought form floating around? Unconditional love. So there is an acclamation here of energy. What can we see for the feminines on the crown chakra regarding unconditional love? The removal of misconceptions that cause heartache and suffering, and getting out of the feminine's own way and letting things unfold naturally. Taking the pressure off for the feminines to effort or to do the things, and allowing the worthiness to indicate that the masculine will and is approaching. It's only a matter of time. There's trust here. The feminines are learning to trust their masculine, that when these portals, possibilities, and options are available, that it will be so. The feminine's job right now is to continue to soften and come into receptivity by clearing heartache and knowing you don't have to engage with any repeat from the past, any repeat history or red flags. That's on you if you say yes to those things, feminines. So it's hard to put it into words, but sometimes we fear that we'll get sucked into something again. But if you're savvy, you won't. But you also don't have to fear that all you're going to be met with is the same old red flags. You may be required to completely, radically release your counterpart if they're not coming in an honoring way. But if they're coming in a way that you can see an even more beautiful approach, don't be afraid to say so. Don't be afraid to speak of the sacred, because that is a gift to all involved. If we accept less than what we know would be our extraordinary preference from someone, we see their potential and we allow them to come in less than that potential, that's like playing dumb. It does no one any favors. And so high priestesses, divine feminines, tap into your righteousness, but trust that you won't lose your divine counterpart if you elevate beyond the templates or the patterns that give way to heartache. Utilize unconditional love to be a gatekeeper that says only the pure of heart shall pass. Knowing what that resonance feels like for you allows for this effortless victory, because you don't need to effort. All you need to do is decide if what is coming towards you feels honoring and sits well with your soul or not. If it doesn't, unconditional love says we don't have to go there. But it doesn't have to be a rejection or a war or a criticism. It can just be a not today, not in that way. What I would need would be, and know yourself, feminine, so that you don't feel like all is lost if your masculine doesn't come in a way that truly feels honoring. Ask yourself what could be improved upon. And therefore, by seeing what could be improved upon, you believe that better is available, that you are able to be honored. And if you can see ways that that can happen, that can move the heartache out of the way, and you can continue in the flow towards your heart's desires. What are the masculines experiencing here? Oh, 10 of Cups. And here's the Ten of Cups with the infant on the card. So masculines are really seeing you, feminines, as someone that they would have it all with. They see your love. They see your extraordinary character. They see the wisdom in having a child with someone like you. You really check off all of their energetic boxes, possibly many of the material realm ones as well. But really, you're nailing it. You're hitting it out of the ballpark, feminines, with your divine femininity. Your masculine is releasing doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. Yeah, so your masculine has been petitioning the divine. Divine masculines, you've been going to higher guidance here on the crown chakra to release the unknowing, the not knowing, the doubt, to come into the trust of your higher connection, to really believe that there will be a way provided, that you don't need to know all the answers, that it's safe. The character that your divine feminine possesses, the divinity they possess, the divine orchestration that you're seeing so elegantly in these connections, it is erasing the fear, erasing the doubt. You are loving and feeling the love and seeing the evidence of the love embodied. And it is calming your fears of the unknown. What can we see for the third eye chakra? Universal understanding, objective observation, dimensional planes of perception, number 9. This is the very cosmic intel. This is the highest vantage point, seeing things in a cosmic way. This love scares me in the inverse. This is an 11 card. So the thought form and the energy is that it's not so scary anymore. The love is now the priority, not the fear, the scare. What is the energy here? 8 of shells. That's the 8 of cups. So that is walking away from anything that falls short of this universally healthy, alive, life-affirming way of looking. All the fear dropping away. So the intuition through this eclipse is very empowered to see with accuracy, to see with clarity, to feel the frequency of what is productive and what isn't, as far as emotional discernment. 6 or 8 of shells. A necessary separation and the associated grief. An urgent need to move on and find satisfaction on a path you haven't trodden before. Okay. Yeah, so a path you haven't trodden before. There's something about a repeat cycle where fear comes up in these connections, and we're observing the bigger systems, the bigger patterns, the tendency here. So the path that hasn't been trodden before is the one that comes back stronger than ever, that sees through the big picture here and doesn't include fear anymore. The path you haven't trodden before, it's, the layers of the onion. Every time you've been in this place before where fear has come in and the unknown has come in, it's been a pullback. We're getting to the place now where it can be teamwork to lean in, to come in closer, to be a little bit more adventurous here together. How are the feminines experiencing this? The world. They're really looking at the contrast between this objective observation of everything and the tendency the ego mind has to try and define or label or capture some sense of control. It's like music to my ears, poetry, kaleidoscope visuals. The feminines are witnessing this objective observation. They're surveying what is and not so apt to speak, so quick to speak on it, and therefore limit the majesty. The feminines are not so trigger happy with communicating the things that they used to find limerence and over romanticize and go off into a less grounded mode. They're using their intuition to have more gratitude. Gratitude is the key here. Instead of talking about things, they're calling it in, they're feeling it. They've got their own sense of wholeness, so they're not trying to ramble on about it as a counterfeit for having it. They're embodying it. What are the masculines experiencing here on the third eye? Knight of Wands, okay, purpose and monogamy. Okay, Knight of Wands in the inverse for me is going from the player energy and having multiple options to aligning with a deepening, ecstatic deepening, and streamlining. Goes hand in hand with purpose. The reason these two things are connected is because when we overcome our karma, when we're masterful, when we know the inner workings of things, we have solutions, we've healed, and purpose stems from that. But as we know ourselves that well, we also don't need multiple options because we're not experimenting. We are more masterful, we're more grounded, we're more aware of our own preferences, alignments, our own path of righteousness. We don't need all of those extra experiences to learn from that spread our energy too thin. So the masculine polarity here, purpose. I know what I'm here to do. This is an all-in energy and a very deep trust that it's almost like a magnetic tow rope that's bringing these masculines towards a fated, destined direction. Their North Star, I'm hearing. This love isn't scaring them so much because they see more and more how their purpose is connected to this spiritual evolution, to the progression, to the safety, to the trust, to the love that they're finding. They really do feel like this love is mind-blowing, feminines. The more they see the big picture of how rare this connection is, you are, what a gift you are to them. They're walking away from the fear and the flighty emotional imbalances of karmic situations. Purpose is like working a puzzle here. I know what I'm here to do. It's like they're finding each piece of the puzzle or a treasure hunt one by one. And it's becoming more clear what the grand masterpiece of this journey is. Their intuition is touching on it more and more. It's feeling more and more like home to them in its unfolding. What can we see for the throat chakra? Chamber of regeneration, creation, multiplication, and growth. So there's something of a coming together to build a new story, to have an exponential growth, to create together, communication on the throat chakra. There is a regeneration, a redefinition, growth. When we know better, we do better. So there is a more productive energy coming in. What is the thought form? Reaching out. So yeah, communicating. This is the Ace of Swords. So this is interacting, affirming, setting the groundwork, collaborating, exchanging, direct communication, appreciation. I'm hearing deciding to work together as a team, even communicating, plans, and 5 of feathers. This is the 5 of swords. It came out in the inverse. Typically that is a free will card. I love it because it takes accountability for our own side of the equation. But what does this definition? Don't bite off more than you can chew. Okay, so this isn't about dumping all the things and verbal diarrhea. This is very much honoring, building together, not tearing each other down. So if you are tempted to, rip a strip off of your divine counterpart when coming back in, you're not ready to manifest reunion. If you're in deep appreciation of the journey and you're ready to grow together, it looks like there are going to be slow and steady opportunities to align and to take it in stride and allow for the natural process to teach us as we go. How are the feminines experiencing this? Bravery and open to an infinite possibility here, but the feminines are feeling like there is some kind of blockage going on around this eclipse here. So communication doesn't seem to be flowing. The feminines are very aware that at this time, something is going on behind the scenes in the dynamic that is preparing for brand new territory. But right now there is so there might be, this is like the eye of the needle. There might be bits of awareness here, but the feminines are feeling like it's not necessarily time to spend in depth. There's a slight promise of the near future here, but not necessarily being able to go deep through communication just yet. So I'm hearing setting intentions. Feminines, you might want to say a conscious prayer, do a meditation, intend to bring all things to light that are needed to make decisions in your highest and best interest, but also trust here, deep, deep trust in the process, in the becoming, in the journey, so that when you do communicate with your masculine, there isn't a lower vibrational imbalance in the energy, that you're really celebrating the growth, creation, multiplication, that you're building and encouraging and affirming through the things you focus on regarding your connection and your counterpart and yourself. What can we see for the masculines? 3 of Wands as well, and fear. I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Masculines, you're putting down fear. You are aligning with a deepening of your sacred sexual energy and your purpose. When these duos step out more and more into the world with shared aligned purpose, monogamy is a potent indicator of mastery and this purposeful alignment. If you have couples out there talking about energetics and teaching at this level of mastery, if the sensual connection is weak, the message is not trustworthy out into the world. It doesn't hold a potency that others believe. If there are ulterior motives, agendas, weak energy, infidelity, the message that is shared is undermined by an insincere energy. Not everybody will be in a active contribution as couples in the world, but those who are called to this level of righteousness in connection will be. You'll be teaching how to come into the alignment that you reached as couples, and you will be stationed all across society doing so many different things together, showing the incredible progress that can be made when two people are not enemies within a love relationship, when they're not at odds, when they're truly aligned. And masculines, this is, the more that love and trust is established, you can see how you've been releasing those layers of fear and seeing this connection exceed your expectations time and time again. Beautiful. What can we see on the heart chakra? Adenine and thymine, duality, contrast, trust, and balance. So the hearts are trusting. Deep in each counterpart's heart, they know they infinitely want each other. There is the duality that we're individuals, but there is also this deep, deep knowing that a balance is being struck. And the sun, I was really taken with this sun depiction as well. Feminines are focusing on the light, the sun. Yeah, it's evident on the heart space just how much love is here. How are the feminines experiencing this on their heart space? Yeah, they're freeing their minds. The butterfly wings are being forged. The caterpillar previous ways of living are no more. And the heart is opening up. Four of Pentacles in the inverse is a heart opening. We've got the swan union energies. There's the sun again, deep within. The feminines are feeling this resilience and this knowing, the calling it in. How absolutely righteous and delightful is it going to be, feminines, to know that your masculine has chosen you and celebrating you and wants you behind closed doors and in public, that you're the best one for them, and how good that's going to feel to actually feel safe to be yourself, knowing you are loved. Not that you're an object, not that you're interchangeable, but unique and chosen. This is what the feminines are starting to feel on the heart space is possible as you come into your higher potential masculines, your purpose, fidelity. Your feminine is going to blossom into safety and treasure you more and more and more. This really is a sacred consummation of the acknowledgement of each counterpart here and how much love. What are the masculines experiencing? 10 of Pentacles and guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist my soul's growth. So all the people pleasing, all the cookie cutter American dream templates, all of the things that look the part, these connections, blow it out of the ballpark, blow it out of the water. And the guilt, masculines, you do deserve this love. Somewhere in there, masculines, you have absolutely deserved this love. Your feminine deserves your love. It is such a waste of time to harbor guilt and shame. It's time to step into the sun here with ownership of this love and put down all the beliefs that no longer serve your soul's growth. All the beliefs that would say that your feminine will hurt you or doesn't love you. Look at who your feminine is. Not everybody gets to have someone extraordinary like that, loving on them. Don't say to the divine, oh no, divine, you shouldn't have, about your dream person. Repent for sinning against the gift that the divine has been trying to give you, masculines. Just as the feminines have had to repent for sinning against the gift that they have been given through you by the divine. Both have to, admit the fear that has held them back from believing that this could be real. It's layers. But the sun is here. Confirmation. What can we see on the solar plexus chakra? Spectrum generator, reprogramming, transmutation, stabilization. So this is empowerment. It is not manic. It's stable. Yes, this deep yes. There's the sun card again in the solar plexus, deep within. It's calling in the safety, calling in the trust, calling in this love, the acknowledgement of the love. And we're getting 7 of feathers in the upright. The thrill of a secret, a hidden kink, poor effort, insufficient preparation, failure to follow through, need for strategic planning. Okay, so all of the bumps and blemishes and roadblocks, obstacles, flails, fumbles, they've all served a purpose. They've all just made us more sure of what we really do want in these connections. And it really has shown us, the best humanity could do without including higher perspective, awakened perspective, spiritual, energetic awareness, consciousness, expanded consciousness. It's a reprogramming, transmutation, stabilization of the strategies into the calling it in. The acceptance, the knowing. What can we see for the feminines here? The High Priestess calling in union. 1111 union. Transmute any, I'm hearing worthiness issues, insecurities, fears, and just know if you're on a journey where you believe and desire true love to exist, you're on your way home to that experience. Just keep humbly accepting as you move in this journey. As your eyes are opened, your heart is open, the revelation. Allow it to sink in, allow it to inform you, allow yourself to receive its goodness. Gratitude is key. What about the masculines? Wow, the Seven of Swords again, and growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. Exactly. So masculines, instead of the strategies, the games, the control dynamics, the player ways, this is literally about growing past that and no longer employing those tactics. And just getting real and appreciating and diving into the experience, the adventure of discovery. Getting to go beyond your comfort zone and your known reality because you trust your counterpart. And you truly want to. These masculines are deciding they actually are ready and want to see where this could go. What can we see on the sacral chakra? Temple of Amethystia, tranquility, patience, disillusion. So a lot of the lusty, heavy negotiation of power, intensity, misconceptions, imbalances, that's all dissipating, and there is a peace coming into the sexual energies because we're not so tempted or deluded. We've got the sexual and spiritual aspects more sorted. Discernment is establishing in a more masterful, mature way. Make me want to do bad things in the inverse. So no more cutting corners or cheapening the connection. That was one of the very first messages in the beginning reading. There's a deepening here. What is the energetic card? A 10 of Feathers. Okay. So that is sometimes the existential crisis or rock bottom. In the reverse, the battle has been won. Expect a huge release of pent-up energy in your heart and body. Yeah, it's no more temptation. It's putting down all of the lower vibrational sexual fears of intimacy. This is true sacred sexuality and safety and intimacy coming down. It's being abolished. The devil energies are being abolished. And true, pure, love-filled appreciation, gratitude, acceptance, trust, love, joy, peace coming in. All the things love really is, and not the tainted stuff. How is the feminine feeling this? 8 of Pentacles and Ace of Cups. They're ready to work on it. They're ready to take it to the next level, to excel. There is it's not nervous. It's an excited anticipation. Many times in this journey, I've felt into what it would be like to hug my person. You know, on any given day or in any kind of frame of mind, I sometimes just imagine what it would be like to be in his energy. And I imagine like it's that hug that brings us together once and for all. And sometimes, you know, I have to be honest, it feels like it would be awkward, or it feels like it would be rigid, or it feels like it would be too lusty, or it feels like it would be unsure. But this is the kind of energy of really softening into, not having that feeling of being scrutinized or unfamiliar energy. This is supportive and trusting and safe for the feminine. What can we see for the masculines here on the sacral? Wow, so we get the Two of Swords that the feminines had. So masculines, you're unblocking conditionality. This is something that's been coming up, the Madonna and prostitute archetypes. So masculines, you're no longer compartmentalizing your feminine into just the virginal, chaste kind of Madonna energy, or the, you know, hot and heavy, seductive kind of lusty stuff, the prostitution templates. There's a mix of both here. Pardon me. Uh-oh. Denial. I'm going to have a throat chakra issue. No. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. It's both. I have to cut.